So I'm Alexis. This is my guest, Jasmine.
Hello.
Today we're gonna be talking about our experiences as women going to the gym. I'm sure you've seen like all the little like memes and all the stuff that, or like just the controversial videos of people like, oh, cancel this person because they
Yeah.
looked at someone or whatever.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's only men reacting to the videos though, which I don't have any videos to pull up, but I think we can all guess what it is. It's just women working out and then they
Yeah.
claim to see someone sitting
Yeah.
there staring at them. So we've been going to the gym together pretty like consistently for the last few months, but we're
Mhm.
going in like a community gym. So it's
Yeah.
not like we have like the gym feel, but
Mm-mm.
we did just recently, when I mean recently, today.
Literally this morning.
We got into like a gym, an actual gym,
Mhm.
and it is definitely different.
It
Like
was very different.
yeah, it's not like you definitely become aware of like, okay, what am I wearing? What am I
Yeah.
doing? Like who's looking?
Mhm.
But I think this gym had a good setup where they had like little private rooms
Yeah.
that it was just funny though, because all the girls would just kind of
Literally
like
all the
cram
girls
up
are in there.
into that
While
room.
we were working out, I don't know if you noticed, but there was one girl that like walked by the room like
Mhm.
as if she was like gonna come in, but it was like crowded, so
Oh
she like just
yeah,
walked
yeah.
away.
I did see
And I was
that.
like, oh my bad.
Well, scoot over, girl.
Yeah,
Just scoot in. It's
literally.
okay.
I think we were so what you call it, like spoiled at your
Yeah.
community
Oh
gym.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
like we would go and sometimes there was no one
There would be
there
literally no
and it
one
was
there.
just us.
Yeah.
And then today we like switched our workout because all the machines were being used.
Yeah, that's the thing that's
And we're just like,
annoying.
oh well, we'll just go over here.
20-minute workout versus an hour and a
Literally.
half workout that we normally
Making
do.
up our workouts.
Like,
Complete.
just throw this over our head. Here, we'll toss the
Yeah.
weight back and forth. But
honestly, that was a great workout.
it was.
Not
It was a
gonna
good
lie,
workout.
My arms were
And
sore.
yeah, and they had a lot of like treadmills, and it was nice because we could be like next to each other
Yeah.
versus like when we were at my community gym, it's like we're 15 feet away from each other. At least it feels like that.
Yeah, it does. Because
But
there's other things in between.
yeah, exactly. I got locked out of my phone. So we just talked about how it can be intimidating. I've got little points here so we don't get sidetracked because me and Jasmine are really bad at staying on topic. So it can be intimidating, but I think that's just us being in our minds. I think personally, most people are not worried about what you're doing. And even like the girls in the gym, like I saw myself like looking in the mirror a lot, and I'd see the girls behind us and they're all just staring at the ground. Or there's like one girl behind us and we had like eye contact and we just like chuckled sort of thing. We're like, oh, we just look awkward. But for the most part, I think most people are just worried about themselves and probably thinking, oh, who all is watching me sort of thing. In all reality, everyone else is like, oh, who's watching me?
Literally, everyone's thinking the same thing. No one's actually staring at you, but that's just how it feels.
Yeah. Of course, then you have these people that have a whole camera crew set up following them around. Like, what are you? Keeping up with the Kardashians? Like, what's going
your
on?
Own reality TV show? Can I watch?
Yeah, me walking behind them just to hope I'll be in it. Hey. But like, of course those people are going to draw attention or attention because they have a whole thing going. Now, I've seen some people that do a really good job at like being really discreet. They'll have their phone like propped up at the corner of it and honestly just looks like they're looking at their workout or following along on their phone. That's what we do. We have like a whole workout plan on our phone. But no, some people, if they want attention, they'll make sure they get the attention. They bring out like 4 cameras.
Let's talk about the guys that
Oh
have
my God.
30-pound weights and they're just like
literally screaming, and you're just like looking over and you have a 35 and you're like, wait, why am I not? I'm like, you're literally louder than me
like,
giving birth.
We're just like breathing heavily and they're just like
screaming, and they're like on the other side. Like I've talked to my husband about that. I'm like, why do guys do that? And he's like, I don't think I'm guilty of doing that. And he's like, I've definitely heard people doing that. And he's like, I think they just want attention. And he's like, those are what he calls the juice heads, where they're the ones doing steroids. So they're like, let's make sure like my money is being used. I'm making sure everyone gets the attention.
Everyone can hear me working out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I want all the attention on me.
Literally.
But that's ridiculous. I can't. It's so funny because guys, they come in and it's like, and I think this applies with everything. Like girls are definitely, I should say most girls, they're very like, let's take up as least space possible, where guys are just like, oh, whatever. I'm going to have all these weights, make sure I'm using 14 machines at the same time. And girls are like, okay, I guess I'm using 5-pound dumbbells the whole workout.
Literally us.
But but that doesn't mean that there aren't girls. Let's talk about the girls. Like
Yeah, sometimes they can
they
take up as much space as
yeah,
they want.
and then just what they're wearing alone. Like I think that's what annoys me
Oh
the
my
most about
goodness.
these videos is like it's these girls that are literally wearing their bathing suits to the
Mhm.
gym and they're questioning why they're getting attention. Like
Yeah.
you're doing a leg workout in basically a thong. Like can we not?
Literally.
Like,
Literally.
what's
You're
going on?
squatting and it's just going right up your butt
Yeah,
crack.
exactly. I'm like, okay, what's
Yeah.
going on? And they're like, don't look at me. I'm like, really? Like
I mean,
you're asking for
I thought it was
attention.
the moon. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm sorry. It was just weird. But like I think me and you, we dress modestly, and when we say
Mhm.
modesty, like we literally wear skirts
Yeah.
and just like a full shirt. Imagine that, a full shirt. Oh, could you imagine?
Could not imagine wearing a full shirt.
No. And so maybe that's why we don't attract that kind of attention.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because we are dressed like completely
Mhm.
covered.
I mean, I think also going back to like where we were like we feel like people are watching us. I think also going in already wearing
That is
skirts
true. That is
and
true.
also being a lot more, I guess, covered up than a lot of people there. It's like, oh, well, I look like I stand out, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm walking in there and I'm already like standing out the second I walk in
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, why is she wearing a skirt
Yeah,
to the gym?
yeah.
You know? It's
Yeah.
just one of those things. But it's just like I think nowadays too, like a lot of athletic skirts are
Mhm.
like really cute.
Yeah, and
Like,
they're
I
actually
mean,
becoming trendy. And I
They
think
are actually becoming really trendy.
yeah, and I think you know what's funny is I like we do it because we are genuinely trying to be modest. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people will dress like modestly and not even be attending like trying to be
Yeah.
modest. Like they just happen to wear something that's not showing their whole
Yeah.
body. And I think that just kind of just tells you on what women are trying to seek. Whatever kind of attention they're seeking is kind of how they'll dress.
Yeah.
So if they're trying to seek men and get their attention, they're going to wear less clothes.
Yeah.
Now, if they're there just to work out and they're trying to mind their own business, chances are they're going to have more clothes on. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
That is
Like,
true. That is
so
really true.
I think these women that are posting like these videos and trying to cancel the men, which is funny enough, they end up getting canceled.
Honestly, that
yeah,
is so true.
they end up deleting their Facebooks or whatever YouTubes and stuff like that before they even get a reaction.
Yeah.
But it's like they're the ones that are literally half naked. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I just think it's annoying. But it's okay. So I think most of the women that are posting these videos, they're like, oh, like we can't ever go anywhere being looked at. Like, have you ever had an experience or anything like that? Like where you felt like you're being stared at or felt like maybe you're being harassed in any way?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. It's happened quite often.
Yeah.
But
Even
it's
at our little
I
gym,
mean,
sometimes we see like regular people there and they
I
like
mean,
always seem to be
not
looking
even
at
in
us a
the
little
gym.
bit.
Like it just happens randomly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's not like I'm ever wearing anything that's like revealing.
Yeah.
Like after church one day, I stayed near Tequila's. We were like sitting down eating,
Mhm.
and this guy sitting at the bar the entire time staring at me, and I
Mm.
was like, "Can I eat my food in
Yeah,
peace,
and-
please, sir?"
Yeah, exactly. And that's after coming from church. So it's not like
Literally.
you're not wearing anything
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, I know I was not immodest that day.
Yeah.
Not that I ever am. But
It's true though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've only had one situation specifically at the gym and they were very respectful. And I think this
Mhm.
is a tip to men as well. Like you can go about it being very respectfully. If you have a tip to give someone, if you're genuinely worried about their well-being, you can go
Yeah.
about it very respectfully. I was doing, I think, leg extensions, like leg presses,
Mhm.
and it was like the first time I was using it probably, and I was fully extending my leg and like locking out my knee.
Oof.
And yeah, exactly. Looking back at it, I'm like, oh, broke my knee right there. And a guy, I didn't even notice that he was looking at me beforehand. He just walked past the machine, paused for a second. Hey, don't fully lock out your knees. Kept walking. He didn't say anything why. He didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he had trainer on the back of his shirt or anything like that. He just said it in a respectful way and just kept walking. I said,
Yeah.
oh, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And I took the advice in. Of course, I was like, oh, what in the world for a second. But then I caught myself. I'm like, wait, no. This guy was being a respectful
Yeah.
person. And like he was just genuinely probably making
Mhm.
sure he wasn't going to be the person to have to pull me out of the machine
Yeah,
when I break my
literally.
kneecaps.
Yeah. I've seen a lot
Um,
of videos like that on TikTok where guys are just giving girls like solid
Genuine.
advice
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
helping them when they're like dying.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's so funny? I saw a video. What is it? Literally yesterday? I keep on saying literally. Literally yesterday.
Literally.
I saw it yesterday, and it was like this is what these girls get for trying to cancel guys that are trying to help them. And it was a girl. She was stuck with the bar on her, and she was in a full squat, like, and it was so bad. And she's like, help me," and like they were like, "Oh no no no, I'm not helping her. I'm not getting canceled." And so she just sat there.
That's
Finally,
so
it was so
sad.
sad. Finally, a girl came and helped her, but I mean, that's what happens.
I mean, honestly, like
That's what
guys, I
happens.
guess, yeah, they kind of are intimidated.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
will I be canceled for this? Will I not be
Yeah,
canceled for
yeah,
this? Yeah,
exactly.
that's so like.
But to that point though, like if I am working out and it's like I'm doing curls or something like that, something that's not going to, cause a traumatic injury to me, and you try to
Yeah.
come up to me in like a flirting manner and try to correct my like form, literally let me break my arm in half before you come and try to correct me about doing a curl or
Comes
something
behind
like
you.
that.
Okay, now do it like
I
this.
would
Please leave me
literally
alone.
drop the weight on their toes. Oh, is I doing it right? I'm so sorry. It's a turbo. But I would be so annoyed about that because it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like
just leave me alone.
you can tell person's intentions based off of just simply how they first walk
Approach
up to you.
Yeah.
Like if they're like, "Oh, you're flexing" or whatever the
Mhm.
heck. I don't even
Oh
know.
my goodness.
I can't with
I
those
just
people.
I can't either. It just like feels like sometimes guys are like just there for the attention too.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah,
they just
for
walk around
sure.
like, okay,
Yeah.
for sure that's not how you walk around at home. Just slouch a little.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You can relax.
We can see your muscles without you flexing.
You're fine. You're fine. Or like
no one's looking at you anyways.
yeah, exactly.
It's not that
You are
serious.
looking at yourself in the mirror. That's all that's happening here. But what is, and that's also like going back to the very first point about how it can be like intimidating going to the gym first time. And like the last thing I want from this is someone that was going to go to the gym be like, "Oh, those girls were like,
no.
I'm not going anymore." No. If anything, for the most part, most of those videos are really like over dramatized. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
making up words on this podcast, really.
Word of the day, dramatized.
Dramatized.
Whatever you said, whatever you just said. Actually, I don't know what you said.
It's just really played up, and I don't think that happens a lot. And I would love for people to speak out more, maybe if it did happen a lot. But before you do that, check what you're wearing.
Yeah.
And then if
literally.
you realize you're wearing nothing, don't comment.
If you're actually just wearing your birthday suit to the gym, you can't say anything.
You can't say anything. You
Sorry.
asked for it.
I'm sorry.
But like genuinely people that like dress normally, and if you have like crazy situations, I'd love to hear about them because I haven't had a crazy situations happen to me.
Yeah.
But
I
not
don't
to say
really
that they don't
go
happen.
to like the gym like that. So I mean, I couldn't really speak on it. The one time I have gone to a gym was like at a private gym, and it was like all girls, and there was only like one male trainer. And sometimes there will be some guys there, but it's like the wives' husbands or boyfriends or something like that, or like my brother one time. Literally.
But like it can be intimidating going to the gym the very first time. And
especially when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if you're just going, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm not sure.
You just sit on the treadmill the whole time.
I'm just gonna get my cardio.
Yeah,
in.
there you go. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And it can be like I'm saying that 14 times. It can be intimidating because half the time you go there and you're looking around, everyone's already shredded, and like you don't feel that way obviously because you feel like you need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So if you can find like a little like all women's thing, if that's what you feel most comfortable doing, do that. Like I don't think there's any problem with it. I think it's honestly more fun because then you aren't worrying about like everything. But don't
do what we do. Go
Yeah.
with a partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Going with a partner. I've never been approached when I've been with someone. Like I've
Oh.
always went with my husband or my other friends. I never was approached, but it was always when I was by myself that like someone would always come up to me, not saying that they were trying to flirt on me by any means.
Yeah.
It just happened whenever I was alone that people would come up and correct me and stuff like that. But I don't know.
I mean, I think it is known that there can be creeps at the gym.
Oh, 1000%. 1000%. Especially like
I mean, anywhere
Yeah.
you go, there's creeps. Literally, again, the restaurant. We're just sitting down eating. A
yeah.
creep.
Yeah.
just creeps
He's probably
everywhere.
drunk.
Honestly, he probably was.
He was sitting at the bar. That's said enough. But I don't know. I just hopefully they should just make more like women gyms and more all men
Yeah.
gyms, because then men are worried nowadays that they're gonna get canceled just going to the gym. Imagine being a
Yeah.
man and you go to the gym. Let's just say you are just working out and you happen to be looking in that direction and you happen to be caught on camera looking in the direction, or shoot, even if you did look at the girl or whatever, and she turns back around and basically starts cussing you out, and then now you're canceled. Lord forbid. That would
because it goes on TikTok and then it goes viral, and it's just like, all
and then your face is plastered all over any kind of main street, main whatever.
Without any context to the video, it's just like, already canceled.
Did you see the one about the guy that was blind?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So he was sitting there. He was doing, like, you're saying he was doing like rows or whatever. And apparently, obviously, he can't testify about this because he can't see.
Yeah.
But there was a girl like in front of him, and he was supposedly staring in her direction and can't see. And he hears footsteps walking towards him, and she's like, I didn't come here to be like sexualized or whatever, or stared at. And he's like, what? And she's like, you've been staring at me the last like 10 minutes or whatever. And he's like, I'm blind. I can't see. And he's like, my eyes just kind of land where they land, sort of thing. And so then she ends up bringing like a whole worker, and the guy's like, hey, we can't be making other people uncomfortable. He ends up pulling out his license and showing that it says that he's legally blind. And he's like, I'm sorry, I just didn't think I wanted to wear sunglasses in here and so like that. And he just was trying to be like low key about it or whatever. If anything, for me, it would almost look weird if he was wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, it's like, where are your eyes going?
Exactly. And so sometimes wearing sunglasses does not scream, hey, I'm blind, sort of thing. So but yeah, he ended up getting like all yelled at and everything like that. And
they
he
kicked him out even after showing the license.
I'm pretty sure that they I don't know if they kicked him out or if he just felt like, you know what, I need to separate myself from the situation, so I'm gonna leave. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was ridiculous.
I guess next time he just needs to wear a shirt that says I'm blind.
Literally. Hey, that's not a bad idea. But yeah.
No, I don't think he should, but it should,
they should have just taken him by his word, especially his license.
I mean,
like,
come on.
But yeah, I think this topic is pretty much covered. I think we covered this topic. I think don't be afraid to go to the gym. If you do feel afraid, go with someone. And if worst case scenario, there are so many online things that you can literally buy. Like we have several sets of like little dumbbells where they like adjust to like add the weight or whatever. Get a pair of those. Work out in your front yard or whatever, and or inside your house and put it on the TV and follow along. Like don't keep yourself from like working out just because you're afraid to, you know, go to the gym. Just work out at home if you feel most comfortable.
And if you need help, there's this app. It's called the Alive app.
Sponsor us. This video is
it's not. We're not there yet. We just really enjoy the app.
It is really so good.
I think it's
Whitney Simmons.
$15 a month.
Yeah, and it's so great. It has like so many different versions. We started with the 1.0.
This is how it looks. Wait. I guess I should show the actual app, but everything else. Oh, this is the app.
Zoom in. It's like a little like pink icon with Alive. You probably just search up Alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's run by Whitney Simmons. She's great. She has so many cool videos. And we started at 1.0. I'm just saying 1.0 was not easy.
We did beginner.
Oh, we did? Oh,
yes,
Lord.
We did the beginner one, and that was like it was like a 6-week program.
Oh yeah.
And it was some of those workouts were really hard.
And I think it was like they were definitely like more like HIIT styles where you just like do 3 workouts after, and then you get like 40 seconds or whatever it was to break, and then you do the same 3. So it was a really good workout. Now we're on the 2.0 version or whatever it was.
1.0.
I thought we were like
no, we went from
oh no. I swear we were on the 2.0. Like wow, these workouts are getting intense. Well, the whatever.
Okay, we started out with beginner. And now we're at 1.0.
Okay. So we're at the 1.0. And now that's why we got a gym membership, because now they're like incorporating actual like gym equipments, and we'd like to actually do them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great app, and you can totally do that at home for a while. You could honestly do this version at home and maybe modify them.
And what's good about it is that she has modifications.
Yeah, she does. And you're just sitting there watching her do the same move over, and then you click to the next one, and then next one. It's great. It's awesome. I love it.
It is really good.
But yeah, I think that's a wrap. If you guys have any questions or, you know, want to tell us your stories, leave them in a comment. I don't know. Yeah, comment it.
Totally.
Comment down below.
Comment
Link
down
in bio.
Like and subscribe. Share the video.
Share it. We want to see it on your stories. No, but honestly, thank you everyone that did share the video from the last podcast. That's pretty cool. Hopefully the full version will be on YouTube or on a podcast thingy soon. I don't know. So
yeah. You did it.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I never asked about your jingle.
Oh, my jingle. We're still on that. The budget, it's not in the budget right now. Okay.
You don't have anyone to actually make you a jingle.
It'll be me. Oh wait.
In a manger.
Hallelujah. We just like sing Gyra, like just play a church song. Perfect.
And then it's like, we interrupt this episode. So this is sponsored by
Praise Break.